the Japanese Prime Minister Kishida arriving in Washington for the country's first state visit to the US in 9 years. Hanging over the visit, Nippon Steel's planned takeover of US Steel. Tobin of Wolfe Research writing this. Japanese officials suggest they believe their best play is to stay quiet and work with the Committee on Foreign Investment to try to secure a positive recommendation, avoid putting Biden on the defensive and see if the situation improves after the election. Tobin joins us now for more. Now, Tobin, as we know, a big element of this is to try and secure the vote in places like Pennsylvania. Is that working?
At the moment, I would say it's not working yet. Biden's still behind in the polls across the blue wall states that he needs to win. Polling very tight in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, a little bit more pro-Trump in Michigan, but I think all well within kind of competition distance for both candidates. So, it has not worked yet, but it is understandable, I think, that Biden and the Biden campaign are looking at that swath of political territory with a very keen eye.
Tobin, do you sense the Japanese understand, or are we at risk of isolating some of our allies?
I think they get it. I mean, I think that we've seen in the response to this situation from Prime Minister Kishida and sort of officials around him in the wake of Biden coming out sort of surprisingly strongly against a deal a few weeks ago, that they understand there's no real percentage in pressing him on it at this point. The company is still very gung-ho on the deal. I mean, you're still seeing lots and lots of, advertising, lobbying focused on DC types kind of touting the economic benefits of the deal. They're continuing to try and engage with the union, even though the USW seems very dead set against the deal. So it's not as if the Japanese side in general has given up, but I think you are seeing at the governmental level, they're not making it their number one priority. The summit this week is much more focused on security issues and defense cooperation, where I think the mutual interests are more aligned. And, they will try to get a good outcome here, but know that it's not a foregone conclusion.
When it comes to the CFIUS review, what the administration is looking at is whether or not there is this connection to China. Do you think that's warranted?
I think this is all downstream of politics. I think if you were doing a purely neutral, staff-driven CFIUS review with no concerns about politics whatsoever, if this were a company that did not have United States in the name, that had a kind of iconic legacy to it, I don't think authentically that there would be problems. I mean, as we're seeing in the summit more broadly, Japan is probably our most important ally in the Indo-Pacific, one of our most important allies globally. I think Japanese control of U.S. companies in general is not a big security concern. Steel, a little bit of a special case, but I do mostly think that we are seeing an exercise in mitigating the kind of potential political liability of allowing this, again, quote unquote, iconic U.S. company to be acquired by a foreign entity, regardless of where that's domiciled.